The business is broken. There are holes in the roof, the staff are revolting, and you, brother, are a coke-sniffing cunt.
A criminal empire, power struggles, and a cast of characters who are all playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse. The Gentleman may have started as a wild ride, but with Season 2 confirmed, the stakes are about to get even higher. From Eddie's reluctant rise to power to Bobby's genius manipulation, this show's got everything you need: drama, twists, and a whole lot of criminal masterminds making moves. So, if you thought Season 1 had you hooked, wait till you see what's coming next. Let's break down what's ahead for our favorite shady characters in The Gentleman Season 2. You won't want to miss it. The Gentleman. Most of the main cast survived the first season and are set to return for Season 2. Theo James will be back as Eddie Halstead, the reluctant gangster, and Kaya Scodelario is confirmed to reprise her role as Susie Glass, which is great since she really stood out in Season 1. As for the rest of the supporting cast, it's not entirely clear yet, but we could see Daniel Ings return as Freddy Halstead and Ray Winstone as Bobby Glass. Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman is a spin-off of his 2019 hit film, and it's already been picked up for a second season on Netflix. The show is loosely connected to the movie's events and follows Eddie Halstead, who inherits his family's fancy estate, only to find out it's now part of a gang's marijuana operation. Like the original film, the series is full of Ritchie's signature style, action-packed with a cheeky tone. Early reviews have been positive, with many saying it feels like a toned-down version of the typical Guy Ritchie film experience. One of the best parts of the series is the strong cast, with characters that really pop, just like in Ritchie's other works. While the show could have easily been a one-time thrill, The Gentleman will follow in the footsteps of The White Lotus and is coming back for a surprise second season. Despite some uncertainty about the show's future, Netflix has officially renewed The Gentleman for a second season. Guy Ritchie, the writer-director, will be returning along with co-stars Kaya Scodelario and Theo James for the 8-episode season. While no other cast members have been confirmed yet, filming for Season 2 is set to begin in 2025. Matthew Reed, who co-wrote the series, will also return to help write the new episodes. The Gentleman has been given a second season by Netflix, despite the first season wrapping up with no guarantees. The streamer has ordered 8 more episodes, and Guy Ritchie will return to co-write and direct. He'll be joined by co-writer Matthew Reed. Production for Season 2 won't begin until 2025, but the show is definitely coming back. The Gentleman Season 1 premiered on March 7, 2024. The ending of Season 1 gives Eddie a sense of closure on his criminal journey while setting the stage for an even more intriguing Season 2. Eddie discovers that his late father's estate is now home to a massive marijuana operation controlled by a powerful syndicate determined to keep its grip on the land. At first, Eddie struggles to navigate the criminal world, but things start to click when he teams up with Susie Glass. Their partnership goes through its ups and downs, but by the end, Eddie finds his true calling. As the season wraps up, Eddie decides to take control of Bobby's business and sets out to buy it, but he faces stiff competition from other bidders. To raise enough money, Eddie gets creative. He coerces Henry Collins into helping by threatening him with Susie's wrath, then takes out his competitors one by one. Eddie first gets Johnston arrested for tax evasion, then manipulates Mercy into killing Sticky Pete by convincing her that Pete would outbid her. Just when things seem to be falling into place, Mercy is shot by Henry Collins. With all the bidders out of the way and Henry under control, Eddie and Susie secure the winning bid. But in a surprising twist, Bobby reveals that selling the business was all part of his plan to force Eddie and Susie into working together. Instead of retiring, Bobby made their bid an investment in the future of his operation, teaching them the value of teamwork and what's at stake moving forward. In the early stages of The Gentleman, Eddie is determined to steer clear of his father's shady dealings. He has no interest in getting involved, but his circumstances, particularly his need to protect his brother, keep him entangled in the mess. Eddie's main goal is to clean up the mess his brother created and then leave Bobby Glass's business and his inheritance behind. This desire to escape even sparks conflict between Eddie and Susie, especially when Susie tries to manipulate him by suggesting he launder money through Chucky, hoping to drag Eddie deeper into the business by making it a long and tedious process. As the season progresses, Eddie's role in the criminal world becomes more complicated. In a key moment, Eddie allows Susan to kill Henry Collins, but she lets him take the shot, understanding that this act is an important part of Eddie's criminal initiation. However, Eddie's journey isn't without its bumps. He makes a crucial mistake when he unintentionally exposes the scale and power of the business to Henry, tempting him to steal it away from Susie. Henry threatens to harm Susie's brother Jack, forcing Susie to reconsider. This leads her to believe Eddie isn't cut out for this world. For a while, Eddie buys into that idea too, doubting his own ability to succeed in the criminal world. But a conversation with Freddy changes his outlook. Freddy reminds Eddie that even as a child, Eddie was more fierce and ruthless than him, prompting Eddie to realize he'd been holding back from embracing his true potential. This epiphany pushes Eddie to stop trying to escape the business. Instead, he accepts his place and rises to the challenge, using his cunning to outmaneuver all of the bidders and take control of the operation. By the end, Eddie fully steps into his role, proving he's a force to be reckoned with in the criminal underworld. One notable moment in The Gentleman Season 1 happens during Jack's boxing match, when Freddy subtly hints to Susie that if his brother were out of the picture, he could step into Eddie's role in the business. Susie doesn't take Freddy seriously, but this comment reveals just how far Freddy is willing to go to gain some power and control. Later, after he and Eddie visit Tibbsy to get the list of other lords, Freddy admits to Eddie that he actually wanted him dead all along. However, in the finale, Freddy shows signs of redemption. When Gospel John attacks them, Freddy steps up and shows a level of accountability for his actions. He confesses his darker thoughts to Eddie, realizing that his desire for power clouded his judgment and made him forget about the loyalty he owed to his brother. Eddie, understandably hurt by Freddy's betrayal, eventually forgives him, recognizing that Freddy is genuinely remorseful for his actions. Freddy's willingness to own up to his mistakes is a key moment in his character arc, offering a glimpse of redemption in the face of his past wrongdoings. In The Gentleman's closing scene, we see Johnston in a luxurious rooftop sanctuary, essentially imprisoned in the same way Bobby is. Bobby shares his experience of life in prison, revealing that it's not as bad as it might seem on the outside. Johnston, seemingly adjusting to the idea of his new life behind bars, agrees with Bobby, saying one could do a lot worse. Before the credits roll, Bobby makes a subtle remark, spoken like a true gentleman, implying that Johnston might soon fall completely under Bobby's control. Looking ahead to Season 2, Bobby could use his newfound leverage over Johnston to take control of his meth empire's supply chain, further expanding his criminal operations. Bobby's already trained Susie and Eddie to work together effectively, and with Eddie finding his footing in the criminal world, Bobby's influence over them will likely continue to grow. As Bobby himself has made clear, he's not planning to retire anytime soon, and Season 2 could see him further solidifying his dominance in the drug world, extending his power and influence even more. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in the loop.